Good evening, everybody that's on YouTube right now. This is Alicia here, and I am currently in my room, and once again, I find myself slightly, actually not bored, but slightly, things are quiet, we'll put it that way. So I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the Walking Dead's episodes so far, just because earlier I kind of had to be quiet and didn't really get a chance to elaborate like I would like to. So, first things first, so we see the season start off with with Rick and his group locked in a train car in Terminus. So, not to spoil for anyone, because I'm just warning you now, if you haven't seen Season 5, you really should stop watching this now, because I'm going to talk about Season 5. So, they start out in Terminus, and they're locked in this train car with literally no way to get out. I mean, no way. And then we see the Rick, Bob, Glenn, and Daryl, I believe, being taken into the Terminus Cannibals slaughterhouse, and they are about to be slaughtered. When out of the blue, we hear an explosion that is interrupting the slaughtering of Rick, Bob, Glenn, and Daryl. And in this episode, somebody we would not expect to be the heroine is the heroine, and that would be Carol. Carol has just blown the hell out of Terminus, and she is the reason they are able to get free. And I mean, the entire group is able to get free. Glenn, Maggie, everyone in the train car, Carl, Tyrese is also off in the woods with baby Judith. So we see that happening, and we see Tyrese release himself from his clutch that he's been in, where he's just not been really in a killing frame of mind, and he protects Judith. And in the long run, at the end of the episode, everyone happily gets back together, and it's a happy ending. But then we move on to episode 2, and things get fishy. So, main points of episode 2. They meet a priest, Gabriel, suspicious of him. I was too at first. 2. They find food. They find shelter in Gabriel's church. That was not supposed to be 3, I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna say this next one is 4. So 4. They are in the food pantry. Bob gets attacked by a walker. Little do we know until the next episode that something not so great has happened to Bob. And so, as we go through this episode, all these people are having things happen, and Bob gets taken. And I don't think I have ever wanted to puke so much in my life as when I saw Bob the next time after he had been captured. Bob's leg was being eaten by cannibals right in front of him. Little do they know, Bob has been bitten by a walker earlier on in the food bank, so they're eating a diseased leg. Yeah, so that was a big shocker. And then, we still have Beth missing. We still have Daryl and Carol managed to go missing, but come back. Bob passes away. We find out Gabriel is not a bad guy. He just didn't let the people that were outside of the church come in because he was afraid. So he's really just a cowardice priest. So, minus all this, in this next new preview that they gave us during the Talking Dead last night, they gave us the preview of Beth waking up in the hospital. So what I'm wondering is this a memory that Beth is waking up into? Or has Daryl brought her back? I am just really curious to find out, and I'm so flattered with how the season's going so far. I'm like deathly excited. I don't think I've ever been so excited in my life, you know? I'm about as excited as I was when Rick ripped out those guys in the last episode of season 4's. That got one guy that was trying to kill Carl or rape him or whatever. He ripped out his jugular vein with his teeth. So, yeah. If I had to pick a favorite character right now, I'd say I'm gonna go with Michonne, just because Michonne's the badass with the katana. And, you know, I think out of all of them, she's kept her strong will the most, and that is something to be proud of. So Michonne is my one to watch this season. I'm also watching Sasha, as after Bob has died, she is violent, and I mean, heck, when they kill the cannibals in the church, it's brutal, and she's part of it, so I'm really watching her. Now, you know, then we have Glenn and Maggie that have gone off to DC with Abraham and some other people that they met up with before Terminus, and so I'm really excited to see where that goes. I hope they make it to DC. I'm hoping this is not the last season, but I'm hoping that maybe we actually have something a little bit closer to the cure, if there even is a cure. So that's definitely something to watch for. Alright, well, I'm gonna let you all go back to your nights because I've got stuff to do, and I hope you enjoy this season of The Walking Dead as much as I have. Later.